Hey guys, it's Mad Friday and welcome back to another Is It Worth the Gold episode, and today I'm happy to report that a tank I've been waiting for a very long time has appeared in the store. This is a very rare tank on PC. It is the SU-76i, a tier 3 premium Russian tank destroyer. There was a little story about this tank on the PC version. When it came out on the RU server, it came out first, then a day later it came out on EU. And as the results came in from all the stats of people's results from the Russian server, they saw that they'd put it into battle so overtuned, people were just wrecking faces with it. It was pulled from the EU store after only an hour, I think it was, so it's extremely rare on PC. As ever though, with Xbox, it's in the store for a while. I don't know how long it's going to be there, so you might want to hurry up quick. And for a change, they've actually listened to people, and they've done it with and without premium sign. So you can either have it for 1400 gold or 1800 gold. Yeah, so there we go. Right, we're going to go into the garage now, have a quick look at it, and then a little bit of gameplay afterwards. Right chaps, so here it is, the SU-76i Tier 3 Premium Russian Tank Destroyer. As ever with any low tier premium, it's probably not going to make you any money, but if you want a crew trainer, this thing is going to be pretty troll, and there's one main reason for that, and will show you now. Have a look at that. 60mm frontal armour at tier 3, 30mm of side armour, and 50mm of rear armour. That is pretty powerful for tier 3, and that was one of the main reasons why it's pretty trollolol in the PC version. I've seen a couple of videos on it. Pointy Ear Jedi put one out not too long ago about this tank and the story of why it was pulled so quickly, and there was a replay on his channel, and I've been interested in it ever since I saw that video. Right, so let's talk about some of the stats. Only 168 hit points. That is nothing really, so artillery is going to be your main problem with that many hit points. Speed limit of 50 kilometers an hour, so you can see this is starting to look like and sound like a bit of an E25 tank. 300 horsepower engine as well. I don't know what the weight is, but it can't be too much. Chassis rotation of 40 degrees a second, that's also pretty good as well. It says turret rotation 42 degrees a second, but that's a glitch. Anyway, there's no turret. Maybe they mean how fast the gun traverses inside the turret. Anyway, rate of fire as well. Remember, this is at tier 3 with a 76mm, nearly 14 rounds a minute. And you can start to see now why this thing is going to be such a little terror. View range is pants at 300 meters, so I've fitted binos, and camo value is above average, so this is basically a heavily armoured tier 3 E25. Yeah, really looking forward to getting stuck in with this one. As you can see from my experience, I've filmed this bit before I've even played any games in it. So, just have a quick talk about the equipment I slung on it. I stuck binos on because of the crap camo value, a rammer and ventilation. I'm not going for the full sneaky with this one because it's so fast and it's got the track traverse and the frontal armour. I'm going to try and use this thing just to get in people's faces and blast them. But we'll see how it goes in some gameplay in a minute. Right, we'll just go into this bit quick just so you can see the rest of the stats. There's the gun stats. Like I said, nearly 14 rounds a minute, only 86mm of pen with the standard rounds, but that should be enough, and 110 alpha at tier 3, so you're spitting out nearly 14 times 110 per minute, so the DPM is pretty impressive for tier 3. Aim time's not bad for a Russian tank at 2.09, but accuracy is pretty pants at 0.43, and the rest of the stats we talked about, bar the signal range, which is 325, but then that's the same as any tier 3 premium. The signal ranges are always pretty crap. Right, there we go, time to jump into some gameplay and see if the thing is as troll on Xbox as it is on PC. Right, so here we go chaps, game 1 in the brand new SU-76i. Immediately you can see the track traverse is pretty damn cool. But in the garage, I did say this on paper sounds like a tier 3 E25, and as you can see from the speed, it ain't that at all. There must be some really bad soft stats for the ground resistances. It just does not get to the top speed limit ever, by the sounds of it. Maybe downhill, maybe it's one of these tanks that has a a top speed limit it can't reach with its engine power on flat ground, but it can on, you know what I mean, down a hill. Anyway, right, so say we soaked up a full clip from a Panzer 2G there, probably had the 30mm auto cannon, and we only got some damaged optics from that one. Again, my first game in this tank. I've not played a tank with this limited gun traverse for a long time, so it's going to take me a while to get used to it again. And we pick up kill number 1. Yeah, so the gun obviously performs very well, apart from the accuracy. Penetration with standard rounds seems to be really good. Rate of fire is also very good, considering it's a 76mm at tier 3. And again, 76 makes such a difference over 75 in terms of overmatching. If you want to know what overmatching is, have a look on my channel, there's a video about it. That is not the accuracy of the tank missing these shots. This guy, every time I pull the trigger, decides to move, and I wasn't quick enough to correct. And again, he's trolling me real bad, but he goes down. That wasn't the tank's fault, that was completely my fault. Here we go, spot a target, we're waiting for that aim time, 2.09, doesn't sound a lot, but it seems to see waiting half the time. So maybe change my equipment later date. Can't get shots on that guy for any of the windows, so that's no good. Right, so here we go, we spot another SU-76i. Luckily he misses by miles, and there we go, standard round straight through the front, and we cripple him, we leave him pretty much a one shot for every tank bar all the auto cannons on my team. So here he comes, need to get one in quick, I don't want to get hit, but I'm struggling with the gun traverse, check me out, what a noob, and he goes down. A little bit more practice in this tank and I think I would be able to perform quite a bit better than I have in this one. Again, another SU-76. One straight through. Can we get number 2? No, that went under him and somebody else picks up that kill again. This could have been quite a big round for my first game if I hadn't been such a noob. Right, so there's one artillery left. I do make a mistake here. It didn't cross my mind that I have a 76mm at tier 3. I should have switched to high explosive for this next shot coming up, and it would have been all over in one shot. There he is, there's the Bison. I've got an AP round loaded. That with a HE round, that would have been a guaranteed one shot, but luckily I pick up the kill anyway, and we come away with 3 kills from that round. Quick look at the results. Okay amount of experience, decent amount of silver as well. That's not a bad amount of silver for a tier 3 tank. Tier 3 premiums don't make much money, but this seems to make okay money. Top of the team and pick up a mastery, but it is day 1. Anyway, right, so that's one game. Now I'm going to show you just a quick insert from another game just to show you the accuracy on this thing at range. It's all well and good having the rate of fire, but when you don't have the accuracy, sometimes the rate of fire is pretty much useless. Here we go, managed to take the first kill down. And we spot a couple of light tanks. Right, so a small target at long range, there we go. I've got my aiming circle centre mass, and the first 2 dip so low they didn't get anywhere near him. Get him with the 3rd and track him. And we pick up that kill. There we go. Right, so there's not a huge amount much more going on in this clip apart from in a minute there's another SU-76i versus SU-76i situation, but whilst we're waiting for that to happen, let's just have a quick talk about this tank. So in the garage, all of the stats look amazing, but in real life the mobility is not as good as it sounds, but it's not bad. The gun traverse, the arc is very small, and it does seem to catch me out. Maybe you guys that play this sort of tank a little bit more often are going to be a little bit more used to that. so it won't affect you so much. The gun is brilliant apart from the accuracy. You can punch through pretty much every tier 3 you can meet and most tier 4s. And I'm pretty sure this tank gets Prem matchmaking as well. I've not had one tier 5 game in it so far, which is nice. Right, so here we go, getting trolled by the gun depression. Doesn't seem to have much at all. I'm going to push in on this light tank and I'm going to get a bit of a shock in a second. There we go, now another SU-76i, and he hits me and pens. He is going to pen his next shot. No, he bounces and we pen him. We take down that kill. Quick snapshot on this light tank and that is that game over. Right, there we go guys, just a bit of gameplay to highlight this tank. Right, so there we go tankers, a couple of quick games in the SU-76i, the brand new Tier 3 Premium Russian Tank Destroyer. So, was it worth the gold? Yeah, 1400 gold, yeah, I suppose so. It's not as good as it sounds on paper. On paper this is an amazing sounding tank, but in reality some of the soft stats for the mobility and the top speed seem to slow it down a little bit, never seem to hit 50, which it says in the stats. The gun does perform very well, although in the second replay you did see the accuracy trolling me a little bit. And also your main enemy at the minute is going to be other SU-76s. They can 2-hit you almost every time, and in that second video also you saw I was very lucky to bounce that second shot and live on to kill that light tank. Anyway, there we go. SU-76i, is it worth the gold? Yeah, just about. It's not as, like I said, it's not as good as it sounds on paper, but it's a good little pie, especially if you're one of these rare tank collectors. It'll fit in quite nicely in your garage. Well, there we go guys, just a quick video today to highlight the SU-76i. Please give the video a like if you did, please sub if you're not, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.